Hello students. So today we will be discussing a very new topic of the chapter soil. So we all are continuing with the chapter soil and we all are now learning the properties of the soil. Every day we are learning the new properties of the soil. Now as I already told you or explained you that there are four properties of soil. So today we will be discussing about third topic of the property of soil, that is soil can absorb water. Okay, so under this what we are going to learn, first we will learn an activity to show that soil can absorb water, and second we will learn about an activity to find the percentage of water absorbed by the soil. So let's proceed with the topic. Now first activity, that soil can absorb water. Now though soil usually contains some water, still it can absorb or soak a lot of water. Okay, it also depend upon the quality of soil. Okay, like clay soil, it can absorb a certain amount of water, whereas sandy soil, it can absorb a certain amount of water. It depends upon the porosity and the quality of the soil. Okay, now there is an activity to show that soil can absorb water. So what does this activity states? First of all, you have to take two test tubes and fill the test tube with equal amount of water in them. Okay, so this is the first thing that you have to do. Take two test tube and fill equal amount of water in them. Okay, if you want to do this at your home, so in that case, if there are no test tube, you can use a simple glass, a small glass for this activity. Okay, now next is pour water from one test tube on a cemented floor in the house. So nowadays we all are having cemented house in our floor, isn't it? So you just pour a certain amount of water in the cemented floor of our house. So immediately what you will find that the water which is poured on the cemented floor, it is flowing down. It is not absorbed. Okay. In order to remove that water, what you have to do, you have to wipe off that water, isn't it, by a cotton cloth, okay, or a sponge. You have to wipe off the water. But do you think that the floor, it will absorb the water, the cemented floor, it will absorb the water? No. Either you have to wipe it out or you have to leave it like that. It will flow down and it will evaporate after a while. Okay, but it will not be absorbed in a cemented floor. Okay. Now you are having another test tube, okay, with water. Now pour that second test tube, okay, filled with water on a soil kept in a flower pot. I hope all of you are having a flower pot in your home. So the second glass, okay, second glass of water, second test tube of water, whatever, you just pour it onto a flower pot. Okay, immediately what you will find? Immediately you will find that the soil absorbs the water quite rapidly. I hope this thing you have observed during watering a potted plant, isn't it? That when you are watering the potted plant, immediately the soil which is present in that pot, it is absorbing. Okay, so why the cemented floor is not absorbing the water? Because it is not porous. Okay, whereas the soil which is present in the pot, it absorbs the water because it is porous. That means what? That means having tiny pores in it. Okay, and as I said you that all types of soil, however, do not absorb water to the same extent. Some soil, it absorbs more water, whereas other soil, it absorbs what? It absorbs lesser water. It depends upon the porosity of the soil. So this is a very simple activity. This one also you can try at your home, okay, to find out that soil can absorb water. Okay, so the next thing what we are going to learn, the next activity that we are going to learn now is activity to find the percentage of water absorbed by the soil. Now how to calculate the percentage? Now in our last activity, that means a previous day's activity, I have mentioned, but this activity, the one that we will do now, okay, or that the one that I'll explain now, it's little bit different, but more or less the process is same and it's quite interesting also. Okay, so let's find out how you will do this activity. Okay, now as I said you that this activity means here you have to find out the percentage of water absorbed by a soil. So by saying the percentage of water absorbed by a soil, we mean the mass of water absorbed by 100 grams of a soil. Okay, so let us describe the activity now. For this, you have to take a filter paper. I hope all of you know what is a filter paper. In class 6, when you have read the process of filtration, you know what is filter paper, isn't it? It is a porous paper. Okay, this paper has contained a lot of pore which helps in the process of filtration. Okay, so take a filter paper, fold it properly and fix it in a plastic funnel. Okay, now you have to keep the funnel that is having the filter paper fixed in a beaker. Okay, so how to fold a filter paper? Here you can see in this diagram, you have to two-fold it. You have to make it a two-fold. Okay, and then three side. You have to put it in one side and another on another side. Okay, and then you have to place it in a plastic tunnel. Okay, this cone. Okay, so after that, what you have to do, here you see this picture, this is how the filter paper is to be folded and you have to place it onto a plastic funnel. Okay, next what you have to do, next take some dry powdered soil, okay, dry soil, and weigh it on a common balance. Okay, so what it will give, it will give you the mass of soil taken. Okay, then you take that soil into the filter paper. Okay, that means here where the filter paper is fitted into the funnel, pour that soil onto the filter paper. That means keep the soil onto the filter paper. Okay, next what you have to do, next you have to take a measuring cylinder. Okay, here you can see this diagram, this is a measuring cylinder. It contains the graduations. Okay, that means it is expressed in the terms of ml. Okay, so 10 ml measuring jar, measuring cylinder is also available, 50 ml measuring cylinder is available, 100 ml is available, then 500 ml is available, and 1 liter is also available. Okay, so generally in the laboratory you will find this measuring cylinder, it is either made up of with glass or it is either made up of with plastic. Okay, now what you have to do, take a measuring cylinder, fill it with water. Okay, and you note the initial volume of water taken in a measuring cylinder. Suppose you have taken a 50 ml measuring cylinder, and onto that suppose you have taken, suppose, okay, a general value I am giving you, 40 ml of that water. Okay, and you note the volume of water that you have taken. That will be what? That will be the initial volume of water. Remember, that will be the initial volume of water. Okay, now what you have to do, take a dropper. Okay, now take a dropper and with the help of the dropper, take out water from the measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil kept in a funnel. Drop by drop you have to pour the water, okay, onto the soil which was kept in the funnel. Okay, now all the water you should not drop at one spot on the soil. Okay, the water, it should be poured uniformly all over the soil. Okay, now what you have to do, keep pouring the water on the soil which is kept on the filter paper until and unless the water starts dripping from the lower end of the funnel. Okay, until and unless the water is starting dripping from the lower end of the funnel. Okay, so once you find that the water is dripping out from the funnel, then stop pouring more water on the soil. Okay, the dripping of water from funnel, it tells us that the soil taken on the filter paper has absorbed the maximum amount of water. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to note the final volume of water which is left unused in the measuring cylinder. Suppose 40 ml water initially you had taken, that was the initial volume of water, and suppose with the help of dropper you have dropped 20 ml of water. So 40 minus 20, how much that water will be left in the measuring cylinder? 20 ml. So that is what? That is the amount of water or volume of water left in the measuring cylinder. Okay, then what you have to do, subtract the volume of water left in the measuring cylinder from the initial volume of water, that is 40 minus 20. Okay, so what this difference will give? This difference, it will give us the volume of water absorbed by the soil taken on filter paper in the funnel. Okay, now the calculation comes. Okay, so through these observations, okay, now the percentage of water, okay, how you can calculate? See here, mass of the soil, the amount of soil suppose you have taken, consider it as m gram. I am not putting the value over here. Okay, I will give you the numerical sum. Okay, next day to solve. Over there you should put the value. Okay, so I am just deriving the formula. Okay, how to calculate the percentage of water absorbed by the soil. So mass of the soil that you have taken, that you have put it in the filter paper onto the funnel, suppose that is m gram. M gram, it can be 20 gram, it can be 40 gram, it can be 100 gram, it can be 200 gram, whatever, m gram. Okay. Now initial volume of water that you had taken in the measuring cylinder, that is V1 milliliter. Consider it as V1. Okay, initial, since the volume it starts, initial of volume is V, so we are taking it as V1. Okay, so that is the initial volume of water which was taken in the measuring cylinder. Okay, then final volume of water which was left in the measuring cylinder after pouring the water from the measuring cylinder to the soil using dropper. Okay, until and unless the water had started dripping, the amount of water which was absorbed by the soil. Okay, the final volume of water which was left in the measuring cylinder, consider it as V2 milliliter. Okay, here there is a typing mistake, it will be milliliter, V2 milliliter. Okay, V2 milliliter. Okay, so the volume of water absorbed, it will be what? Volume of water absorbed, it will be V1 minus V2 milliliter, or same mass of water absorbed, you can put it in gram also, V1 minus V2 grams. Okay, either in milliliter also you can put, or in grams also you can put. Okay, so V1, that is the initial volume of water taken minus the amount of water which is left in the measuring cylinder. Okay, next, percentage of water absorbed. Now how to calculate the percentage of water absorbed? The formula is mass of water absorbed divided by mass of soil taken into 100. Okay, so percentage of water absorbed, in that case mass of water absorbed, how you will calculate? V1 minus V2, that is the initial volume of water, minus what? Minus the volume of water which was left in the measuring cylinder. Okay, so V1 minus V2, okay, divided by mass of soil taken, that is what? That is M. As I said you, how much soil was taken, you consider it as M. So V1 minus V2 divided by M into 100. Okay, where this V1, as I said you, that is the initial volume of water, V2 is the final volume of water, means the amount of water which was left in the measuring cylinder, and M is what? M is the mass of soil taken. Okay, so this is by using this formula, okay, you can able to find out the percentage of water absorbed by the soil. Okay, simple numerical sums can be given from this activity. So simply you have to understand which one will be which one is the mass of soil, which one is the that initial volume of water, which is the final volume of water, and then you have to put it in this formula and you have to find it out. Understood? Very simple activity and very interesting activity as well. Here you can see this picture. Here you can see, as I said you, that first you have to take a filter paper, you have to fold it and you have to place it in the funnel, and then you have to keep that funnel onto a beaker. Here you can see the setup. Then the M, that is m gram of soil that you have taken. You see over here, this soil is there, m gram of soil, it is kept over here. At side here you see the measuring cylinder is there, initial volume of water it was taken. Then with the help of dropper, here you see the water, we are pouring it uniformly. Okay, now till from this end the water starts dripping, you have to keep on pouring. Okay, whenever the water will start dripping, instantly you have to stop pouring the water. That means the soil, it has absorbed the maximum amount of water. Then the amount of water which will be left in the measuring cylinder, okay, that will be what? That will be the final volume of water, that is the amount of water left. Okay, so that will be the V2 ml. Okay, and initially it was V1 ml. Okay, so this is how we have to find out the percentage of water absorbed by the soil. So this is all about your today's class. In our next class we will I'll describe you the last property of the soil, that is soil allows water to percolate. That is also quite interesting. Okay, so thank you everyone for today.